as the Cardinal parachutes into the stadium. We welcome you to week 4 of 2KU Saturdays, once again of the 2023 season. And let's take you back in time to 2 years ago. That's John Rogers, the senior quarterback for Louisville. He was a sophomore in 2021 when, on Friday night, the Cardinals beat UCF in a crucial game at home to seal a spot to win the Conference USA Championship and the Sugar Bowl. This season, though, it is the Cardinals who are the underdogs as they host number 11 UCF to Cardinal Stadium here in Louisville, Kentucky, as number 11 Knights take on the number 22 Cardinals. Hello, everybody. I'm Type A Joy 101 here for another episode of 2KU Saturdays. I am very excited for this one. Our first matchup of the Conference USA this season. And these are two extremely exciting teams to watch play. We are underway here from Louisville, Kentucky. He'll take it from the 20. He'll get to the 30. Oh, but he takes a shot past the 31. The American Conference now does exist, but neither team is a member of it. This is both teams' last seasons in the Conference USA. They'll be moving to the Big East next season, alongside Cincinnati and USF. As here's a handoff to the running back. He's got room to run. They'll get to about the 40. An 8-yard rush for halfback number 8, Peter Davis. The quarterback matchup for this game is going to be very exciting. For UCF, they have number 5, Kyle Watson, a senior who got benched last season after their 0-3 start for Jack Gomez. Gomez is gone. Oh, here's a big run for Davis past the 50, a 13-yard gain. As I was saying, Gomez took the starting job in week 4. They didn't lose a single game for the rest of the season. Gomez has since left. He's now in the NFL. And now here's Watson as your starting quarterback, and there's a dart. A 16-yard reception. That is the throw to, I believe that is Jeff Rust, a true senior.
The underneath routes are going to be there. As you can see, it worked
out.
A
new set of downs at about the 31-yard line.
From the 31-yard line, it's first down.
The throw, dropped it. 16 yards on that last pass. Good hold on there. There's a star-studded cast on wide receiver for the UCF Golden Knights, including 2022 All-American Aaron Herron in his senior year. That catch was made by the tight end Nick Harrison, who is also a senior. He was first team All-Conference USA last year. On 3rd and inches in hostile environment. On the door to the red zone. Throwing short, not going to get there. A loss of 1 on the throw to the fullback. Rich Estes, a sophomore, he's a yard short of the first down marker. And they're going to go for it this deep in their opponent's territory. This is the gutsy play calls you like to see in a rivalry game. Did he get it? No! I thought he did get it there, but forward momentum was not there for him. And Louisville will come onto the field. And there is John Rogers, a 2021 Heisman finalist. He lost to former NIU running back Warren Hodgson. He was injured most of 2022, but he's finally back in the fold full time this season. As there's a 10-yard reception to the tight end. That is Scott Richardson. We have two brothers on this squad, both of whom are seniors. Wide receiver Xavier Richardson, who was a 2021 All-American, and Scott Richardson, who was second team All-Conference USA in 2022. As there's a first down pass from Rogers to, I believe that was Scott Richardson again. As there's a handoff to the back. Oh! Big hit stick there by the halfback, James Jordan, a senior. A very experienced Louisville team we have here. Louisville started off the season strong with wins. Oh, there's a big run.
Gets out to around the
An 11-yard
35.
gain. They started their season big with wins against Maryland, Virginia, and an upset win at home against a ranked Georgia squad. Just entering the top 25 this week. Certainly they'll catapult up the rankings with a win tonight. As for UCF, they're trying to break into the top 10 for the first time in school history.
And down he goes.
And that's a loss of 2 on the option.
That'll bring up 2nd and 12.
As mentioned, the biggest move of the 2023 offseason was UCF, USF, Louisville, and Cincinnati all joining the Big East. That's intercepted! Stolen away! Going the other way, he might have room! To the 30, 20, 10, pick six! The strong safety
How about the play by the defender? That
takes
was
it
a
what I'd
great
reckon to be
interception.
70 yards.
Effort to bring the ball back for a
And
touchdown.
UCF's defense is the one who takes it away. John Rogers tried to make the tackle, but he was too late. And the Knights will take a 7-0 lead.
And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff.
I'm excited. That's our first pick six in a stream game this season.
He'll take it from the 2. He gets out to about
There's
the
a
25.
25 for the cornerback. That's one for the highlight reels for sure.
Defense responds now, coming off that big play just a moment ago.
You know, after that last turnover by this
First and
offense,
10.
the momentum is really
Rogers
starting this game, and right
doesn't
now,
want to
you gotta
repeat the
give
mistakes he
it
made before. He's going to run it himself. He's got room.
a lot of intensity and a
Short
lot
of the
aggression.
first. He takes a shot.
Good gain there on the quarterback scramble.
You know, I really like the decision to tuck it and run here. He waited
Scrambles,
and, found
and he
no one
takes
open,
a
so
hit
instead of throwing it away,
on the end. He gets
just
right
took it
back up,
upfield for
though.
himself.
John Rogers is a trooper
So
for
it's
sure.
2nd down, and they're only about a foot away from picking up the first down.
Second and inches, the handoff. That's enough for a first.
The middle for a nice gain.
That's halfback number 32, David Battle. He'll be the starter next season. He's a junior this year. That's what I like about this Louisville team. Oh!
Around the 42-yard
Cold clocks a defender on that play. Only a gain of 3, though. Like I said, what I like about this Louisville team, it's full of experience. And with the Big East being on the cusp of a power conference, it seems fit for Louisville to go there.
incomplete.
As that pass is
Trying to get to his receiver.
incomplete.
Number 7 was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 3rd and 7.
Now, you've heard the stat many a time as I've talked about it. UCF has not lost a game since 2022's week 3. They started out 0-3 that season as Louisville will punt here. They lost to Maryland, FAU, and North Carolina all in a row, but they haven't lost since. They went undefeated in conference last season, won the Conference USA Championship over Memphis, and an Armed Forces Bowl win over Army as well.
And he makes it out to about the 31-yard line. The Knights really taking care of business early in this
And they've
football game.
started this season 3-0. Danny, we had Pig Bear's team on last week as Clemson fell to LSU, but I think this Knights team is, I hope that the kiss of death is that this Knights team, I say, is legitimate. I hope it's not. I hope I don't jinx the team by saying that.
He's tackled around the 34-yard line.
But I also think this Louisville team is fierce. I think both of these teams are going to be
From their own
extremely
34-yard
exciting to
line.
see in a
It's 2nd
outside the
down.
Conference USA and in the Big East next year. Cincinnati is also very good this season. Both the Knights and Cardinals will play them later this year. Look at the big run by Watson.
Brought down around the
21
44-yard
yards on the
line.
run.
You talk about a dual threat guy. This guy can hurt you in the air or on the ground.
Option play went about as perfectly as you could hope for. How about that score I saw? Oregon State now still winless after falling to Stanford. Stanford putting 79 points on Oregon State in a shutout.
They get nice yardage on that run.
A 6-yard run for the halfback.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's halfback number 8.
Here on 2nd down.
That's Peter Davis once again. Watson hands it off to Davis again.
Runs it right. Nice
He's going to be short.
That's good for a gain of 4 yards.
And it'll be another 3rd and inches scenario here. They failed to convert 3rd down last time. About 10 yards ahead. And they failed to convert 4th down as well. The points came from a pick 6. Looking, he'll throw it. Has a man wide open for the 1st down. And for the first time today,
The 17-yard line.
UCF will step foot in the red zone. That's wide receiver Adrian Jackson, a senior. He was on the 2nd team All-Conference USA last season. As previously mentioned, Aaron Herron was on that 1st team, and he was a nominee for
Central Florida.
to be an All-American that season. Here's a handoff.
Tackled after decent pickup.
Number 17, Matthew Williams, the junior.
That brings up 2nd.
Now get 5 yards as we will run out of time here in this first 6-minute quarter. And UCF gets the 7-0 lead. thanks to the pick 6.
Looks like it just might be heading in that direction. 7-0 UCF.
Brief tangent while I have the time. I got my first true custom helmet. I put it on my shelf to commemorate
Welcome back here. We resume action now here
our
in the
game day
second quarter.
today. And it's of the UCF all-black helmet, which is not in this game, but I like having a UCF helmet there. That's a loss of 3. Defensive tackle got in there. And running back couldn't get anywhere. That'll be a 3rd and 8.
We're looking at another 3rd down here.
Cincinnati won earlier over Ohio, as he mentioned earlier. Dropped it.
Intercepted.
Almost an interception in the end zone. As Danny mentioned, 3 teams in the USA East are undefeated.
Central Florida.
But only
is
2
hoping
will
to make
stand
this
after
a
this week,
two-score game.
as there's
It's
the
up,
kick.
and he got it.
And that'll give UCF a 10-point lead here on the road.
Everyone's all lined up and
The Conference USA East is going to be a fun race to watch. Also up there at 3-1 is Liberty, who's had a surprisingly good season in their first year as a Conference USA member. They will be staying for next season when the Conference USA will look completely different.
He still have such a close game despite how well they play.
You think about the
Teams like
challenges these two teams are
teams
facing.
like
On one
Southern
side,
Miss
you've gotta
and
find
Memphis
ways
have
to
struggled
build
pretty
on
hard.
your lead, and on the other side, you've got to find a way to get back.
Currently leading the CUSA West is SMU, who will be a Mountain West team next season.
That's a gain of 4 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6. Ball on the
2nd and
33-yard
6.
line.
Rogers hands it off, and there's a big hole,
And he's taken
a big
down
run
at about the
for 11
42-yard
yards.
line.
That's another one for James Jordan. Hands it off again to Jordan, sheds a tackler,
Nice run up the middle.
and he'll get 5 on the play.
Gain of 6 yards. That brings up 2nd and 5.
From their own 49.
From the 49,
2nd down.
right on that Cardinal head logo, it's 2nd and 5. Rogers, another handoff,
Takes it up the
and
middle
he'll
for
barrel his way up the middle for a 7-yard gain. Another tangent here. I'm going to my first NFL game tomorrow. I'm going to be heading to Ford Field to watch the Detroit Lions play the Atlanta Falcons. That'll be a fun game. I should be there back on time for the episode of 2K's weekly podcast that night.
He gets out to about
But,
the 42-yard line. The draw play gets
I might have to
him
do
82
some
yards.
preparations early on that day.
It's 2nd and 8.
I should be back in time to get my regular stuff done. It is a 1 p.m. kickoff. We should be fine there as Rogers can't get it off. He's sacked.
Not only did they give up
A loss
sack
of
here,
7.
the quarterback just got hit and hit hard. I'm an offensive coordinator,
UCF
respect
defense,
my
how
offensive line
do
coach,
you
I'm
do?
getting a hold of my offensive line, making sure these guys are on the same page, and they've got to take more pride in taking care of their quarterback than that play right there.
Looking at the rest of the Conference USA, also potentially a team to look out for is UAB, who also got off to a pretty good start. They started with a loss, but they've won 3 straight. Rogers throwing to the left side. What a catch!
At the 35-yard line.
D. Alston. But it's going to be short of the first.
The punter is going to try to pin
They're
it
going
deep
to
in
punt
their own
it.
territory with a
You
good
can hear the
punt here.
boos. They're punting it in their own or in UCF territory.
That was a nice little pooch kick right
But that's
there.
certainly a good
That's why
punt.
they made the decision to punt the ball right there. They
Let's
wanted
see where
to
they
pin
put
this
'em.
offense deep in their own territory.
Inside
This
the-
team really trusts
Or
their
rather,
defense.
at the
It
15-yard
was a pretty
line.
one-sided first quarter, but I wouldn't be surprised if things changed in a
But
big
UCF
way
has had no
before
problem making its way downfield. Handoff.
halftime as he works the
We'll
left
get
for a
6.
gain.
Gain of 5 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's second
There's another
down
one for
now.
Davis,
He's
I
got
believe.
4 yards to pick up the first.
Over the middle, Watson. Good catch. And it's a first down.
Around the 37-yard line.
Aaron Herron, projected to be a top 5 receiver in the upcoming NFL draft. That's a one-handed grab. Do you see that? The one thing I highlighted on the depth charts when I was writing this thing was the absolute depth and experience and overall talent of the receiving corps on both sides. And it's on full display tonight. There's a run. A 6-yard gain for the running back, Peter Davis.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Second and 4. Over the middle, it's caught.
And they make the stop at the 46-yard
First down to the tight end, Nick Harrison.
First and 10. Ball on the 46.
Handoff.
He fights forward to
Stuffed.
about the 42.
Oh, he gained a 2, but he takes a shot. Look at that. In spite of how this game finishes, I think this may be one of the 2 of the most talented squads in the nation. Not necessarily the best, but the ones with the most potential here. Watson
Quick throw.
throwing up to the sideline,
Defender has
dropped.
hands on it, but it's incomplete.
Man, I don't know if this
A near
quarterback
interception.
misread the defense or just made a poor decision.
And UCF got lucky there. They're 1 for 3 on 3rd down.
Need to get it down to the 36.
They probably would have been up a lot more had they converted those other 3rd downs. But this time they do get it.
He's got the first.
A 17-yard reception for Scott Lewis.
37-yard line.
First down.
This is the 8th play of this drive.
Now with the Big East in their future, fumble!
Picks up the fumble.
Louisville recovers.
So this could
And he
be
almost
the
takes it the
opportunity they
distance.
were looking for.
Yeah, this will be a big possession by both teams. The defense now needs to step up and hold their ground. They do not want to let this lead slip away.
Had that tackler not gotten him, he would have gone all the way likely.
You know they'd like to do
Another
something
big
a little
play
more than they did
on
their
defense,
last
this
drive.
time for the
They punt
Cardinals.
the ball away.
Their last drive stalled. First and 10. Rogers throwing short, has a man open.
And he tackles him hard at the 48.
And that's Scott
Quarterback
Richardson.
and his receiver make a
Timeout,
great play here
Cardinals.
and convert on an early down.
It's second
Louisville
down,
gets
they're
it
about
back
2
at the
yards away
half.
from the sticks.
Rogers with time. He'll throw it.
Gets
Has a
it,
man
he's in
wide
space.
open.
And he's
First
level at
down.
the 44-yard line.
That's D. Alston once again.
Makes it 1st and 10.
First and 10. Surveying, he'll throw it short.
And he's in the open field.
Steps out of
He
bounds
goes
after
out of
gaining
bounds
4.
at the 40.
Jonathan Ivey, a senior.
2nd and 6.
From the 40-yard line. Second down.
We mentioned Aaron Herron's a top 5 receiver. Xavier Richardson's in the top 10.
Tackle around the 39-yard line.
He'll try and run with it. He'll only get a yard from it. It'll be 3rd and 5.
That'll make it 3rd and 5.
Throwing. Has a man open. 1st down.
And down he goes at the 30.
Tight end Scott Richardson once again.
1st down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 30.
Bring him in to his right. Rogers will throw that direction.
He steps out.
And Ivy again will step out after the gain of 3. So on the bottom score, Boston College picking up a desperately needed win for the Big East as they beat Georgetown. 2nd and 7. Rogers is going to scramble, has room for a 1st down and more. Inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. Another timeout for the Cardinals with 45 seconds to go. They're trying to get into the end zone. Handoff. Cruises in. Touchdown Cardinals. James Jordan strikes first for Louisville.
That play looked so simple.
The timing on that option was just perfect. And when the option is run this well, it is very, very hard to defend.
Here comes the point after. Up and through. The UCF's lead is cut down to 3. 42 seconds. Anything's possible to end the half.
Taken from the 3-yard line.
To the 15 to about the 24.
That tackle. What a hit. Well, it's always fun to be part of a defensive battle, and that's certainly what we have.
The first clip they showed on a defensive battle was the quarterback attempting to tackle a defensive player.
Nice job up front at the line of scrimmage. And at this point, they're not giving either of these offenses a chance to make a play.
UCF's offense has not scored today,
3-point lead.
bar the field goal they kicked earlier, as there's a 1st down. UCF calling their first timeout. They want another touchdown to go back up 10.
Ball on the 37.
Here's Watson. Over the middle, finds a man, still going inside the 40.
39-yard line. The Knights call a timeout. That's their 2nd of the half.
29 seconds left in the half. Watson finds a man wide open to the 20. They're going to hurry. 20 seconds to go. Watson throwing short, drops it. That was attempted for the running back.
2nd down.
Couldn't hold on, but the clock does stop with 17 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 is about as far as they've gotten today. Down the field, there's a man wide open. Moving the chains. But the clock's still running. They have 1 timeout. I think they're going to try for the end zone. If they can't get it, they get a field goal. Looking, he'll just get rid of it. With 7 seconds, they might try again. And they will.
2nd and goal. Ball on the 10.
2nd and goal, and I think if they don't get it, they call the timeout and kick an easy field goal. Before half, Watson to the end zone. Almost picked again, but he drops it again.
Here's the 8th play of the series.
And as predicted, they will try a field goal. It'll be 13-7, a 6-point game if this goes through. Kicks away,
The kick is up.
and it's good.
And you got to think they're pretty happy with holding them to a field goal right there.
And at the half, it'll be 13-7 UCF. As we take you through your halftime scores here. For 2KU, we have some. We do have some exciting stats to share for you and some more scores. Virginia Tech winning at home over Maryland, 37-15. A lot of overtimes this week. We had 6 separate games going to overtime, and 3 of which going to at least double overtime, including Georgia State and FAU, which ended up in triple overtime. The Owls winning that 49-41.
It's good. It's kind of refreshing. And I know the younger guys, you like all the points
Mississippi
all the
State
time,
gets
but
their first
it's
huge
fun
win of
to
the year, a
watch.
41-10 win over Louisiana Monroe to improve to 4-0, the best start they've had to a season since 2006. Georgia Tech winning a conference game against Tulane in a tight SEC. Illinois barely escaping North Alabama 28-21. LSU falling to Texas at home in overtime 27-20.
If they can find it, they'll blow holes 3 or 4 axe handles wide.
Of course, we have this game, one of the most exciting games this week. We have another top 25 matchup, number 10 TCU winning at home over North Carolina 27-13. That'll wrap us here for the scores. As we get back to this game, Louisville is down 6 to start the second. Get to the 20. And it'll be down to the 27-yard line or so.
There's still plenty of time to keep running their offense as usual here. I don't think they need to feel any anxiety about trailing.
Rogers, another handoff to James Jordan. Nothing.
That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Here's 2nd and 11.
From their own 27-yard line, it's 2nd down.
Rogers will just get rid of it.
Great job by the defense at getting after that quarterback. And right now, I
3rd and 11.
got him with some happy feet. He appears to be a bit rattled.
Louisville has not had that good of luck on 3rd downs. UCF picked up their act near the end of the first half. Can Louisville do the same? He's going to try and go on a screen. That's not going to go anywhere.
Didn't appear to be in sync on that series.
And now they should come away with pretty good field
And a
position.
big tackle
Consider
there.
that
Look
a big
at
stop.
this. Catches it immediately, and he's got nowhere to go. And on 4th and 15,
The defense
they're going to try and block the punt.
I think they're going to come after this one.
I've never seen it blocked before. It's not happening here. And they'll corner it, I think, around the 40, somewhere in the 40-45 in UCF's territory.
Right now, this offense is moving the ball, but they're not finishing.
And it's about smack dab in the middle from where I said at the 43.
Central Florida is up by 6.
1st and 10, a handoff.
Give to the tailback.
He's got room,
Good outside run.
and it'll be 5 yards on the play for Peter Davis. He's got 47 on the ground so far.
48-yard line. It's 2nd down.
Charlie was frustrated not being able to get into the end zone to end the half, but they hold on to a 1-score lead. Watson, he's got to throw it in a hurry. He's got a man open with blockers. The tight end gets 10 yards.
Well, the defense was
Nick
blitzing
Harrison.
there. Again, great recognition
He's got
by the
30.
quarterback.
He's got 32 yards off 3 carries. First and 10, another handoff,
They'll bring him down at the 40-yard line. A yard
and another 2-yard run for Davis.
from the 40-yard line. 2nd down.
2nd down and 8. Watson will throw a rocket. It's picked off.
And just a great interception.
And the 2nd turnover for the Knights.
He made a great read on the quarterback and got in
That was just a good catch. In traffic by the Cards.
We've got a 1st and 10. All on their own 26.
The run will be a gain of 4.
That's a gain of 4 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
We actually have a score. I didn't even mention this yet. Arizona State upsets USC 35-28. That's 2 of the top 5 going down, and I didn't even think to mention it as there's a loss of 2.
Loss of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Last 2 drives for Louisville have stalled.
Here's 3rd and 8. Ball on the 28-yard line.
Top 10 will certainly look different, but will UCF become a part of it?
Here's the halfback on the screen.
The screenplay's got room to run.
And he's shoved out of
Past the
bounds.
45.
45-yard line.
They love their screen passes in this game. And that's about as successful as they've been.
1st and 10. Ball on the 45.
First and 10, handoff.
Here's the
I believe
halfback.
that's Battle here.
Knocked out of bounds.
An 8-yard run.
6-yard line.
Yes, number 32, David Battle. He'll be the starting running back next season. He's a junior this year. Rodgers will run it himself.
He makes it out.
Can't get the first. He'll be a yard short.
No gain. That'll make it 3rd and 1.
3rd down again.
Third and 1, a handoff to Battle. Stuffed, a loss of 4. They'll stop him on the logo. And at 4th and 5, another 3rd down they can't convert, and it'll be another punt for Louisville.
He's going to try to coffin corner this one.
Oh, they're going to fake it. And that's not even close.
Down at the 49-yard line.
They gave it to the
Football will
fullback,
change hands as they
Trey
fail to
Wade,
convert on 4th down.
and they can't convert. UCF tried to convert a 4th down earlier. They were more successful at that try than the Louisville Cardinals were there. It's the first time I've seen them try a fake run.
And he's taken down at the 48-yard line.
Actually, I think they did that. I think New Mexico State did that against Northern Illinois. I do remember it working.
Central Florida with a 6-point
But converting a 4th and 5 at your 50. I don't know how successful you expected that to be. Watson over the middle. First down. That's Aaron Herron for 23 yards. He's got 39 on the day.
24-yard line. 1st down.
It's been a tale of 2 nights so far.
From the 24-yard line.
As there's 13 first downs, but yet they only have 13 points. This was the struggle they had against a lot of teams. Oh, another catch by Herron and a shot afterwards. This is the struggle they've had. They're 3-0, but 2 of those wins had to come in overtime. An overtime win against Liberty and a multi-overtime win against Texas Tech. Play action. Watson will throw it short. And the tight end gets 3.
From the 13-yard line. 1st down.
So here's 1st and 10. They've still not scored on offense so far today. The running back will get about 4 yards on the play. Another big run for Davis. He's got 53 yards off 12 carries. And with over a minute left in the 3rd, fakes the draw. He's going to run it anyway. Pushing. Not going to get in the end zone, but he'll get the 1st.
That's good for a gain of 7 yards.
1st and goal from the 2, and they can smell the end zone.
1st and goal. They're 2 yards away from pay dirt. He'll throw it to the end zone. Touchdown, Knights. Nick Harrison. And now UCF can finally comfortably once again say they're in cruise control. A 7-play, 48-yard drive for the Knights. And 7 points are the result to make it 20-7 UCF. We're far from over yet, though.
Sends it sailing downfield.
The Knights have the Triple Crown so far.
To the 20. Tackle made at the 27-yard line.
At least in terms of scoring on all sides of the ball.
Yeah, they've done a good job of building this lead and almost determined here to protect it. Let's see if they can hold on.
They did have a Triple Crown game, which I would consider a touchdown for offense, defense, and special teams against FIU. They put 61 up on their in-state rivals. This is the 10-yard run for...
It's 1st and 10.
Let me check that again. James Jordan, yeah. Rogers. Throwing left side, finds Richardson. That's a first down. To clarify, that's Scott Richardson. You haven't seen much of Xavier Richardson today. Certainly, they'll use him 288 yards to 194. These offenses are moving the ball well. He'll just get rid of the ball there. Only 93 yards through the air, though, for John Rogers.
From their own 48-yard line. 2nd down.
There'll be 6 seconds left in the third. This might be the last play of the quarter. And that's a loss of 1. D. Alston. But the defender is right on it, as that will be the end of the quarter. Louisville is going to have to regroup if they want to stay in this game.
So at the end of the third quarter,
after 3, 20-7, UCF in the lead. Here we see some of the big plays so far. That was the touchdown that put UCF in this lead to begin with.
Welcome back to the action here as we resume play here in quarter number 4.
Fourth quarter. They won 6 here in the crowd. Rogers will throw it short. Halfback will get 9, but it'll be 3 short. And on 4th and 3, they're going to go for it.
Well, the offense hurt themselves by digging themselves into a hole on 1st and 2nd down. So the defense.
This might be do or die here. Hand off. Are they going to get there? No. They'll rule him short.
Both teams are well aware that a score on this drive is going to create an almost insurmountable lead.
Now you need another big play from the Louisville defense. 1st and 10, Watson. Oh, he's almost. I thought that was going to be a fumble, but it's ruled an incompletion.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 42-yard line.
It'll be 2nd and 10. Watson with time, he'll throw it short again.
Good tackle there in space.
And a 10-yard gain on the throw to Davis. That's a first down. First and 10, Watson. A screen play. He's got room to work.
He's at the 30.
Inside the 30. He's out of bounds. Another one for Nick Harrison. And this is 1st and 10 here.
From the 29-yard line.
They'll have like 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to work with. And he'll just get rid of it.
Even though they didn't sack him, the pressure was still enough.
19 for 28 today. Gets a touchdown and a pick. Not the best day for UCF, but they'll take a much-deserved win if they can get it here. Kyle Watson's had some struggles today.
And they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down.
50-50 on 3rd down. They've had 4 attempts, and they've converted 2. I'm trying to go around the corner. He's got it. And into the red zone they go again.
The defense needs to figure out a way to stop them, or else they're going to have no problem putting points on the board.
First and 10.
They run it left. And down he goes. Right around
There's an
the
8-yard handoff to Matthew Williams, the junior.
The
He's got 17 yards on the ground. Fitting enough for number 17. Even at this point of the game, the Louisville crowd knows how to make some noise, as there's a loss on the play.
And once again, they'll come to the line trying to convert on third down.
And there's another first down. That time it was J.R. Ford, a sophomore. First and goal. And no gain for Ford.
It's second and goal. 6 yards to the end zone.
Second and goal, less than 5 yards, separated from the 6. Touchdown! Peter Davis finally gets his points. And it'll make it a 20-point game late into the third. Or late into the fourth, rather.
And he converts the extra point. Central Florida lines up for the kickoff.
Kickoff is away. Taken from the 5. He'll get to the 15, the 20. He'll get past the 30 to about the 35. The 31, rather. Pardon me.
Both sides have made their way back out, and we're just about set to get going again.
And the Cardinals definitely going to need a win if they want to stay in pursuit. What a catch there, as that's a first down. Alston, they're going to hurry. They also would need not 1 but 2 onside kicks. They have all 3 timeouts, but this is not the phase you want to use them. Almost a diving interception, but he drops it. That would have been play of the year had he caught it. Second and 10. Rodgers will try and run it himself. That's a sack. And kudos to this UCF defense. Make him 2 for 7 on third downs. This is attempt number 8 for the Cardinals. Rodgers throws it deep. Oh, what a catch! Unbelievable! The deep bomb to Jonathan Ivey, the senior. That mirrors, I believe it was number 7, Ivy, who made a big catch at that part of the end zone in the Sugar Bowl in 2021. As they're going to throw to the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville. And it's not over yet. Alston there. Gets 6. Finally gets Louisville past single digits. And it'll make it a 13-point game with the PAT. And he's got it. They still need a miracle, though. 2:31, they got to do the onside kick. But they've got 3 timeouts to work with. And UCF will recover. The backup tight end scoops it up. And with 2:29 to go, and over, and the team up 2 scores, it should be an easy game here for UCF. Provided nothing out of the blue happens.
They're about 4 yards away here on second down.
This is the high, as a win would probably put UCF in the top 10. They've never been in the top 10 before. As there's a big run. And Louisville will have to call their first timeout.
Just under 2 to go in the game.
1:42 to go. A minute 40 remaining.
25-yard line.
And Louisville will call their second timeout.
That's their second of the half. Second down and 7 coming up here.
Second and 7.
25-yard line.
Another handoff. Not going to get there. He'll be stopped short. It'll be 3rd and 1. On the pitch, they're going to stop him. That was about as good as you could hope for, but they're going to have a lot of time running off the clock.
They'll line it up for the field goal.
As they'll try and kick a reasonable field goal. It'll put them up. It'll put them up 16. Kicker's made one before. Oh, I saw a guy almost try and go off sides. As there will be about 52 seconds left. If he makes this, it's up, and he's got it. 51 seconds will remain on the clock. It'll be 30-14 UCF.
To kick this one away. Taken at the 5.
And we'll get to the
He gets out to
27-yard line, 28-yard line. And 47 seconds to go.
They did a great job on their last drive.
They're not really gonna.
Field for a touchdown. Let's see if they can
They're not gonna have that much wiggle room here. Calls an audible. Rodgers to throw. Rodgers will heave it deep again. Incomplete. A pick would have iced this one.
Second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 28. We have less than a minute to go.
Rodgers gonna throw it again. Has a man open all the way inside the 45.
Excellent execution on one side of the ball that time.
Tick, tick,
And it
tick,
looks
tick,
to
tick,
me
tick.
like the defense was in a little state of confusion.
Gotta let everybody get
Let's see if they
set.
can pull themselves
Rodgers to throw it. Overthrows his man by like 5 yards.
As a quarterback, you've really got to
That
get
does
it out
stop the
there.
clock.
At least give your guy a chance to go up
With
and
31
fight for it.
seconds.
From the 42-yard line. Second down.
Screenplay. I don't know why they're going with that here.
And he's level at the 38-yard line.
Number 9, the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 5.
Clock's ticking under 20 seconds. Rodgers. He's got an arm.
Throws out to the running back, no good.
And he misses a guy 5 yards ahead of him.
Intended receiver on the play.
Clock stops again. Now they got to convert on 4th down. They're 0 for 2 on 4th down conversions. Ball game on the line. Throwing.
Makes the catch and gets out of
He's
bounds.
got it. That's a catch. That's a first down, Jonathan Ivey. But there's definitely not going to be enough time to capitalize on it. There are 10 seconds on the clock, and you're down 30-14. Especially against the UCF team. Rodgers to throw,
Pass complete and taken down immediately.
and the clock's going to run out, and that'll be the game. What a phenomenal win for UCF on the road.
And the ball game's over.
And that's their big statement win of the year.
30-14 UCF.
They give player of the game to the kicker, and not the guy who had a pick six.
This is Brad Nessler saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
This is the free safety, number 26, who took it over 70 yards to the house. As the final score, number 11 UCF remains unbeaten, 30-14 over Louisville. Now I'm going to look at the standings of the Conference USA. Thankfully, I only have one conference to cover instead of having to flip between 2 different sheets like I had to before. With that standing, UCF for sure takes the lead. They're 2-0 in conference and 4-0 overall. Cincinnati is 4-0 as well. They have not played in conference yet, though. Louisville 0-1 in conference play, 3-1 overall, tying them with UAB, who is yet to play in conference. Liberty 3-1. They are 1-1 in conference play with their win over South Florida and their loss to UCF. Looking at UCF's schedule, they play Bethune-Cookman next week at home before heading on the road for an equally difficult challenge as this week. They head on the road to Cincinnati. The Bearcats may be ranked at that point. That'll lead to UCF's second ranked matchup on the road. As for Louisville, they have a bit of respite. Some relatively easy home games against Southern Miss and East Carolina. Things get difficult from there. Road games against Houston and Liberty before they're at home against UAB to get a bye week 10. They play UCF on the road, and then Cincinnati in week 12 on the road before they head back home to finish the season against Kentucky. UCF, if they beat Cincy, will very much control their own destiny in the division with wins over the other top 3 teams. UAB plays the Knights in week 10, and they may have a say in it. Looking at the Conference USA West, there's not a lot to inspire confidence, though SMU is currently 3-1. They play UAB next week on the road. The Knights and Mustangs will face off in week 12 in Dallas. Their final matchup as conference foes as SMU heads for the Mountain West and UCF heads for the Big East next season. Never write off Houston as well. They play Louisville week 7. They're 2-2 on the year after a win this week over Georgia Southern. They get Memphis, Arkansas, their next 2 games. Both likely winnable matchups there. Arkansas also 2-2. They're off next week. They play Houston on the road in week 6 before they play SMU week 10. The Cougars play SMU in week 11. That's what it'll look like that's what it'll look like as a breakdown for the Conference USA. Looking at a glance at next week, we have some exciting games. We have LSU Georgia, another SEC matchup. Michigan State and Indiana will play for the Brass Spittoon. Florida, Tennessee, of course. Keeping an eye down here. Nebraska plays Kansas State. That'll be a very interesting matchup in the middle tier of the pack, or of the Big 12. Penn State and Illinois, both teams could be ranked by next week. UConn Rutgers, we went to that game last year. Here, Michigan Notre Dame, another game we saw last season. That was when Notre Dame stunned Michigan on the road. Looking at the end of that week, seems to be a relatively slow week. San Jose State plays Idaho at home as the big game in the WAC. Mississippi State and Alabama. We'll have to see who takes that one. I'm actually not sure what game we could go to that week. What game we'll be going to next Sunday, that being September 30th. Next Saturday, rather. We'll have to figure that out off stream. We'll tell you it tomorrow on our episode of the 2KU Weekly Podcast, which should be the same time as it was before. Thank you all for watching tonight's episode. We'll be on tomorrow for the podcast. Join the Type of Joy 101 Discord for all of the scores and news related to the 2KU as it happens. I will probably be informing everybody whether or not I'll be able to do 2KU Weekly on the same time as normal. But thank you all for watching, and so long.